Well, hey folks, and welcome to 2025. We've made it. Actually, it's December 31st for me right now. So this really doesn't count for 2025, but I thought I'd go ahead and try something a little bit different. You know, I love my running rounds, but for a lot of folks out there, running is not gonna be the top priority of what they're doing right now. So I thought I would do a brisk walking round or a speed walking round. And the whole idea is, guys, let's just get moving, let's get going. And I'm just gonna take my Beat bird glyph. It's the infinite glyph, and I love it. It's basically like a birdie. And I'm gonna just take this out one disc round, and I'm just gonna walk, but I'm gonna walk briskly. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm just gonna try to play smart and just walk through the course and kind of set a base standard time for how long it takes me to get around. I'm thinking it should be about 30 minutes if I just walk and play. And the whole idea is you can do this no matter what level of physicality you're at. Just push yourself a little bit farther. So if you're just having a tough time walking, maybe walk, speed walk 3 holes, 9 holes, the whole 18. Start building up incrementally. I know that's what I had to do when I came back from cancer, is I had to build it up little by little. And so this is just to encourage you to get out there and let's, you know, if it's your local course that you play all the time, set a rate. And then work on, if you can't do it faster, maybe shoot better the next time. You know, give yourself a little extra challenge to push yourself, to give you a little extra bonus when you go out there that makes you want to keep coming back and playing a little bit more. Okay, that's enough talk. Why don't we jump into the intro and then we'll hit the course. All right, since I'm walking it, I'm not gonna wear the hat and run and all that because I think you'll get a little bit more of this. I'm gonna try to talk a little bit more along the way because hopefully I won't be breathing quite as heavy, but we'll see. All right, we got a little wind coming, so I'm just gonna try to put this right down the middle. Oh, yep, that's what I get for the first throw right out of the car. Literally, I just got off work, last day of work for the year, and just ran over here. And it looked like people are coming up, so I wanted to go ahead and try to get out ahead of them. So of course I didn't stretch. I got to work on stretching better next year. I'm gonna try, or this year, now that you're watching it. Oh, hey, while I'm thinking about it, how many of y'all are gonna go to the Disc Golf Expo in Boston at the end of the month? I'm gonna be there, and I hope I can see a bunch of y'all up there. Make sure you come by and say hey, and let's talk disc golf. All right, let me go find my disc. I hope it didn't roll down. All right, so it was hiding behind a tree up here. I hit the basket, not bad. I almost clipped the tree, so I can't be too proud of myself, but I'll take it. So now I'm just gonna walk and throw, walk and throw. One thing it's gonna do is it's just gonna get you focused on just making a clean shot down the middle, not doing too much thinking, just throwing. And when you're doing something like this, you're gonna take some of the pressure off of scoring well. You're just saying, hey, I'm getting out here for exercise, and I've got one disc, and I'm just gonna go have some fun, get the heart rate going, and hopefully you'll see how when you take away a lot of the different choices and options, you actually might play a little bit better. I think there's something to eliminating a lot of extra mind noise about what you're gonna do, what you're gonna throw. I know I'm just gonna step up and throw this best I can and move on. And I give myself a little slack because it's just a 1 speed. And you can do this with any speed. You know, you come out and play a 1 disc round with a 14 speed if you want. So my time's gonna be a little bit slower because I've got the monopod, but we'll do all right. I'm just trying to get to the ditch down in the middle. Now, one of the biggest things I'm gonna try to have to remember not to run down the hills, because that's kind of what got started me with the running rounds. I just start speeding down the hills. So forgive me if I cheat a little bit every once in a while and speed up down the hills. All right, so like I said, this takes I'm thinking about 30 minutes. So this is a great lunchtime deal. You got just enough time to run there, do a quick round, and then depending on the season, towel off, shower off, and get back to work if you got a lunch hour. Or you can go back stinky. If you got a course like this, where you've got some hills, you can let the hill I call this the cardio check right here. How am I breathing? How am I feeling coming up this hill? And it kind of lets me know, oh, I need to get out here more and exercise more if I'm struggling coming up this hill. Oh, interesting. I also want to shout out and say thanks for everybody who subscribed and watched my videos during Vlogmas. It was a neat experiment. A lot of videos. I hope you liked it. Appreciate all the subscriptions. It got me a little bit farther, and I really appreciate it. Feel free to like and subscribe. And let's just keep going. I clipped that tree, otherwise it would have been up close. I'm not going to be dumb and go for it, because it would be gone. Especially since I've been putting with the Berg, I need to kind of warm up the old birdie. I mean glyph, infinite glyph. Trying not to run. I threw this at the blue basket. That's kind of my little ritual. Once I putt out of the yellow basket, I try to hit the blue basket on the way down. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna, if the time is okay, just let this run so that I'm not doing a lot of editing on it. I'm not gonna keep track of the score or whatever. Just gonna kind of let this be you and me going out, throwing a little bit, if that's all right with you. That's kind of what I want to have my Tuesdays be, more of a let's play than anything serious. But you can let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'll miss it. Now push. Thank you for the tree kick. Okay, I got a little lucky on that one. So this glyph is pretty straight, little stability. It's kind of on that edge. Do you have a disc like this that goes pretty straight, but sometimes it'll act a little more stable than you expected, and sometimes a little more flippy? It's kind of right on that, just depending on the attitude and the torque you give it can really make a difference on how it's going to behave down the other end of the course. But I'm really liking these guys. It's just fun to just take this. It's no nonsense. It's not trying to be anything but a beautiful little disc. Just send right down the course. I got to stop talking and walk a little faster. Yeah, that was a very gracious tree that pushed me back to the basket. I didn't really deserve that birdie, but I'll take it. Now drop. Oh, close. Little high. All right, I'm going a little fast down this hill because I don't want to bust my butt. And sometimes it's easy just to scoot on down it. It pushed a little long, high, and didn't roll back down. Poop. Had to come right over here. Usually it hits something. Ooh. Awesome. About to fall. Let's face it, that was a low percentage shot. I just had to make it through a gap about like this. Well, maybe this. You know, we exaggerate a little. I was banking on it to hit one of those trees going that way. Instead, it's like a crab trap. Let you in and then grabs you. Oh, I should be playing the shorter baskets. I forgot about that. I played the longer on the last ones, but I'm gonna go shorter just for the time's sake. And let's face it, I was hoping to get a hole in one. Yeah, it's all about time. It's not about me hitting a hole in one. No, 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 no. I'm thinking about you sitting at home and not wasting your time. That's why I'm making that decision. For any of you new watchers out there, welcome. Thank you so much. Please take most of my side comments with a big grain of sarcasm and salt. Yeah, I like to talk, and I'm kind of full of bull about certain things. I'm not full of bull about my disc golf, but other things, yes. So whenever in doubt, just assume I'm being sarcastic and just let it ride. All right, the hill of happiness here. Let's face it, I'm never getting there all the way with a birdie / glyph. Sorry if I interchange them. They're pretty much the same disc, just a little different. Definitely needed more height. When you've got a slower disc, they tend to like to be thrown higher to take advantage of that glide longer. Whereas your faster discs want to hover and cut through the air. They want to be thrown lower. That's why a lot of folks can throw their putters and mid-ranges almost as far as their drivers, because they tend to throw nose up. And the putters and mid-ranges can handle that better than the sharper nose fairway and distance drivers. No fuss, no muss. So what's funny is right after this video, I got to go by the UPS store and take back the other gimbal that I was using to shoot these. The screen detached from it. It's kind of a known situation on that, but I think it's funny. I had to get a second one as a backup so I can send that one in. But the glamorous life of YouTube. Woohoo! Hook up a little bit more. Ooh, pushed a little long. I wanted a little more stability and it just kind of kept pushing. So it's not quite as stable as I was hoping. That's fine, I can work with it. Guys, it's never a bad thing when a disc just wants to fly straight. I think I'm gonna do a video coming up called The Beauty of Straight, or something like that. I haven't figured out the title, but how important it is to be able to find some discs that you can just throw laser straight. Because there's so many times you need to hit a tunnel, you need to hit a gap. We've got the curves down most of the time, but how good are you at throwing straight? Oh, and mine rolled all the way down there. It hit about 10 feet from the basket. I got bombed on that one. Stop, hammer time. I wish you could have seen that. That was spectacular. I was a vision throwing that hammer. Of course, now I'm singing the whole song in my head. So if I go silent for a minute, just picture me picturing myself in hammer pants going to town. I know it's a scary sight, believe me, it is. I've got the dance moves and rhythm of Elaine from Seinfeld. What's interesting is I can tell, because Vlogmas, I was doing a lot more stationary teaching and stuff like that. I wasn't playing as much, and I can even feel it in my body. I need this. I need to be out here walking. And I need to kick Jeff Wedgen right in the fanny. Oh wait, he's right up here. Shh. Don't tell him I said that. It'll be our secret. How you doing, buddy?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Good to see you.
Hey, you too.
Hey guys, take a quick break out. This is my buddy Jeff. You've seen him on a couple other ones. This guy is the man around here. Yeah. He's a good friend, good guy, and I just always have a smile when I see him.
Yeah,
Did you have a good time?
I did. Good Christmas, everything
Yeah,
good?
yeah. We didn't kill anybody, so, you know, better than last year. That's the infinite glyph. It's basically a birdie. Good to see you, buddy. You too. I don't know if you could tell. It was coming in on line. It caught the branch that actually adjusted. The wind had picked it up, and it was cruising at the basket, and I thought I had a chance. Got to get that one tree. We've got a headwind coming up here. This thing is not stable enough to handle the torque. So I'm gonna try a little back turnover shot. Oh, that may hit trees, dang it. Yep. Trying to keep it wide to let it dive in at the last minute. Just pushed it a little long. Oh, I can tell the wind is blowing this way. So I just kind of held it there. Because let's face it, the glyph, the birdie, and even the berg, their cross section, when they get their flight plate up on an angle, act like a sail, and they tend to get pushed around pretty good in the wind. But good news, I've been over here plenty. I know what to do. Now let's see if I can do it. Perfect. Perfect. Basket's right there. Can't even see the dang basket. That was a poke and hope for time. Didn't work out great. I was really in the perfect spot where I didn't have much of anything. Oh! Just trying to float it soft so I wouldn't go by, but just caught the basket. The birdie or the glyph I really like for the touchy little forehand putts. But the reason why I went to the Berg was for instances like this. When it's windy, these things just want to hop around a little bit more. And so I can throw more of a brick than a glider, if that makes sense. Sawed that one off, got through, but that was an uninspired throw. And so it put me in range that I should run it, but a lot of danger if I miss it. The joys of Inverness. Oh, you see, it just has that extra little glide to it. Oh, that hurt me. To be honest, I thought I hit it and it just held up a little bit long. Boy, would have been nice to hit. This is kind of the desolate section where you got to walk from 11 to 12. It's probably the longest or second longest hike. I haven't measured out. I think this is longer than 2 to 3, but 2 to 3 is more dramatic elevation. But this little hill at the end here is sneaky elevation. You're still tired after this thing, but that's what we want. We want to get that heart rate going, at least just a little. We want to be a little sweaty when we get done. It means we put in some work, and then the score is secondary. And we had fun. So yeah, my 30 minutes prediction, not going to work with me carrying this tripod. I'll definitely have to do it with just the head mount next time. Go a little faster. Little left. I thought that wind was going to push it out. Not my best read. So I'm both a fan of New Year's resolutions and not, in the sense of I think they need to be practical and doable. And more, let's set some things in our life that are achievable and giving us little steps instead of these big old resolutions. Let's just make some smart decisions. So if you got any that you like to share that might help out the rest of the crew, feel free to leave those in the comment. And where did I go? Oh, right here. I'm trying to talk between each hole so that there's not just me walking and you randomly watching leaves go by, but I may end up cutting it out. I haven't decided. So I'm gonna have to listen to my own self-babble. That's okay. Big headwind coming up this hill. You see it just pop up. It's funny, Inverness, you don't deal with wind a lot, so it has to be blowing pretty good to get through here, through these trees, which means it's either no wind or, oh, wow, we're working with wind. Here's another one of these perfect distance putts to miss and go rolling away. This thing feels sketchy. Don't fall. I'm not focused on this putt at all. Wow, I hope y'all saw that. I mean, it was going in and it just lifted up right over it. That's the big difference. The Berg wouldn't have jumped that much. I'm not making excuses. I mean, I have to, don't blame the tools, blame the carpenter, but because I love these guys, and I love the touchiness of them, but the very touchiness of them for like throws and stuff like that is what makes them a little tricky for putting. So you got to find the one that works with your form and talks to you and takes into the environment that you're playing the most. So, yep, that's my thought for today. No wind here, why do you ask? Can you see it's not an avalanche of leaves, but just this wall of leaves coming down the hill. So I threw it a little more on hyzer and gave it a little more push, expecting that wind to flip it over more. Yeah, I think because I got the nose a little bit up, it wouldn't let it come over. The wind was just holding it. Went beautifully straight, right on the line I put it on, just not the line I was wanting. But if you play Inverness, this is hole 13, your miss, you want to be left because it opens up and it doesn't send you down the hill into death over here. So I try to always make sure I miss the left. Oh, I must have hit off something. See, it's pretty open over here. Now, touchy shot, a lot of wind swirling. All right. So yeah, crouch down for that one. You could tell I was serious. Boy, we're at the kind of the top hill around here. So the wind's just coming and creating a vortex around here. Yeah, that is like the highest spot in the park, except for maybe back over on 3. Right into the ground, Pete. Nice shot. Yeah. That, if you looked at my disc golf terms last week, that's a thrower. Not intending a roller. Yeah, I got it. I was worried about the forehand with this wind because, let's face it, the Glyph is not the most torque resistant big old hunk of plastic, and so I felt more confident with the backhand, but I should have gone forehand on that. Just gonna hold you. Oh. Skipped off the side, kissed the chains, close. 31 with 2-3 holes to go, but it's downhill. These play pretty fast. Probably looking at about 35 plus the intro. Sorry, it's gonna be about 40 minutes total video if I don't edit it. Yeah, well, fast forward, skip, do whatever. Sit down, sit down. Ooh. It was about 2 feet to the left, but it was chain high as it went by. That would have been spectacular. That would have been a way to end 2024 and start 2025. Oh, new tree down. I was wondering. We're losing trees and we've had storms, so we're gonna have to come through and do a big clean out. Oh, I mean, it came right through here. Must have just rolled on down. It's upside down. If you ever walk up to your lid of your disc and it's upside down, usually means it rolled. Oh. That's safe. That was a horrible run. So I had that bogey, a couple birdies. I'm probably about 2 or 3 over. I usually try to average around 5 for a round like this. So we're about right where we need to be. Nothing spectacular, but nothing horrendous. Of course, that bogey does bother me, but that's a personal issue. Whew. Another big gust coming. Oh, another big tree just fell over there. Sound like gunshots. Yeah, that's a scary. That's a scary thing about here. Some of these trees are just, like that tree's being held by another tree. Let me get out of here. Oh God, it just got squashed, but I want to get away from that tree. Nothing like trying to throw and keep an ear on a tree and being ready to run at the same time. This course is a lot different than it was just a few years ago with the amount of trees we've lost. It's definitely become easier in one sense. We just talked about no stupid bogeys besides that one. Let's try not to do something stupid here. Sit, sit, sit. Yeah, whoo, nice. All right, last hole, and I'm gonna wrap it up as I'm walking there. Guys, remember, this is not about creating the greatest land speed record and beating other people. Yeah, that's fun somewhat, but this is about beating your past scores so that you're improving a little bit at a time. You're getting a little bit healthier, you're getting a little nicer, because at the end of the day, we want to be better people than disc golf players. Hopefully we can be both, but our goal is about the inside more than the outside. No pressure here with this wind. Wow. Hey, I made it across. That thing was dancing. If I'd put that on Ace Trace, it would have looked like a seismograph. Just you. But hey, if you watched my video last Thursday, I'm assuming this one will come out the Tuesday afterwards. I hope that made sense about becoming a better craftsman of throwing the disc. So regardless of the disc you're playing with, you can play well or within a reasonable amount. Listen, I'm just throwing basically a birdie. a glyph out here, and I'm still able to shape shots because I can get it to go left, right, straight. You know, I can maneuver the disc. That's how we, back in the 90s, those were your only options. You didn't have a bag of 30 discs. Man, if you had 5 discs, you were rocking and rolling. So, yeah, we had to emphasize touch and control more than disc selection. Huh. Oh, good, no wind here. Yeah, perfect. You can see why the glyph is a little tricky on the putting. I am laying this up. I'm gonna try to spin it and drop it at the basket. Oh! And I still pushed it farther by than I wanted to. I was hoping the wind would hold it. Nope. All right, wind almost knocked that down. Well, there you go, guys. So let's see. That was 38 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be about 40 minutes for the video. Let me know what you think about this. Walking rounds better than running rounds because I can talk more. That might be why you say please run, because you're killing us talking too much. Or do you like this kind of thing? Let me know. You know, this is a ongoing process, figuring things out. Some of it is, let's face it, some of it is I'm hoping you like it, but some of it is selfishly, I'm trying to do stuff that I enjoy. And I needed to get out and play around like this and just get the heartbeat going. And so I'm just bringing you along. Tell me, please, not more of those, or yeah, we'd like more of those. So anyway, there you go, guys. All right, I gotta get back to work, but I hope to see you out on the course.